Africa, everything it takes to make all the world happy.
You know, the future of the world is in Africa.
We have everything.
Everybody knows that Africa is a place where God bless sunshine.
Nice place. Yeah, everything the world needs in Africa.
There's nothing, you can't take it away. It's a reality. The politicians need to start working with vision. It's beautiful out there in Africa. Everybody knows that. The world cannot exist without Africa. You can't take it away. That's a reality.
Africa.
You can never take it away. That's not true. You can never take it away. That's not true. You can never take it away. That's not true. You can never take it away. That's not true. I'm gonna run the world and see many things. I'm gonna run the world and see many people. Everything we need is right in Africa. Everything we need is right here in Africa. Only what we need is just unity. We got all the things we need. We got great people. You can never take it away. That's the truth. We got all the things we need. We got safari in Africa. My desire, to go back to Africa. My desire, retire in Africa. My desire, live a better life in Africa. My desire, to make it in Africa. My desire, to fall back in Africa. My desire, living like king in Africa. My desire, everything within Africa. My desire, everything that we want is in Africa.
Hello, guys. Good evening. Good evening. You're welcome to the program. My name is Ikem Patrick BK, and it's my pleasure to have you. Welcome to Black and White Web TV, and I want to encourage you that as you come in, you invite your friends. As you come in, you share the program. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page for notifications. You're welcome. Thank you very much. With me this evening is Engineer Innocent Nani. Engineer Innocent Nani, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me here again today.
Thank you very much, Engineer Innocent. The last time we were here and we talked about a series of things. We talked about food production and processing. We talked about conservation. We talked about how you can actually produce your own manure. But we didn't finish that discussion because of the brief time. And today, again, we're going to see how we can make it as brief as possible. It's already 9:34 p.m. here in Italy, and Mazi Innocent, I would like you to introduce yourself to our viewers, for those who haven't met you before, most probably, for them to be able to know you better. Just that basic introduction, not going too deep into personal stories. Yes.
Okay, I understand. My name is Innocent Nani, and I'm from Uguta, based in Italy. Studied agronomy, and that is it about a short introduction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Today we'll be talking about where we stopped the last time, because you were telling our people that they can actually grow their own manure in their houses using their what is considered as a waste, as a leftover, as a
Yeah.
waste food. And we're able to show some of the pictures of how they can actually make that preservation and grow their manure and secure it in such a way that they can use it for planting.
Yeah. We stopped here because we hadn't time. If I could recollect, last time we introduced this organic way of production. Actually, the world is going organic now because chemical fertilizer is not good to our health. And we have some elements that are hazardous to the crops itself, and as well when we feed on those crops, they are hazardous to our health. So we try as much as possible not to use chemical fertilizers anymore. The world has advanced a lot that it is finding it difficult to use organic manure. And due to the demand of food production, agricultural system, due to the demand, people try to produce a lot with chemical and things, and in this sense, it's not good for our health and causing problem to the crops and diseases and a lot of things. So we try now to go into agriculture, even if it is in a smaller scale, but you produce organic manure, whereby you can apply them, use it naturally without any chemicals to produce quality food. So that is what comes into my research on how to produce this organic manure. And we find out that in doing so, we need to use what we have to generate this organic manure. And if, as I stated last week or last time, I do produce this organic manure with a little space I have. I grow all my crops and they are fantastic. They're doing well, even the growth and things. And with this method, I will be able to satisfy at least myself in what I eat. I know what I eat. I know what I produce. And in this case, I would like to use the same system, even if I have a bigger area or a project. I will know the limit in order to use this compost or organic manure in order to produce as much, but not to exceed that limit of which I will be constrained to use chemicals. So that is the idea about it. And whatever we are producing using organic, we are producing naturally. And the plant itself is giving us natural. Sorry, a second, I'm coming. I have a
Yeah, thank you very much, Engineer Innocent. So Engineer Innocent is trying to explain how you can produce your manure through food that you consider a waste food. And because actually there is nothing waste, everything is recyclable, and you can actually recycle food, though even though we were taught as children not to waste food. But the food you consider as a waste food can also be turned into organic manure for food, for growing of your crops and vegetable. So that is what Mazi Engineer Innocent Nani is trying to explain to our people. And from there, we'll be shifting to his area of food production. So it's very, very important that as you join us, you share this video, because what we are going to bring to you this evening is something you can actually do in your home. You can be self-sufficient There are basic things you need to have and be self-sufficient. He's going to teach you how you do your pasta, how different kind of food processing. Engineering Innocent.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so but before we go into your food processing, which will be showing the clip, I want us to look at this particular system of planting. Is this a curry or something?
Okay.
Is this
Okay. If you look at those crops, those plants, yeah, they are in a vessel, a container. The first three in front, they are lemon that I planted myself using the seed. I generated the seed and planted it, and that is it's just not up to 6 months, and that is how they grew. The other level, about three or four, one, two, three, four, five vessels. They are basils, and basil is a very good herb that we eat. We use it for as a herb for the food we eat. We produce pesto with it to add to the taste of the food we eat, and as well, it has a lot of um, uh, uh, even medicinal cure to ourselves as well. I'm sure you people must have heard about herbs, what herbs can do to our body. There are a lot of herbs I can introduce to you people here, and there's some herbs that can protect us from some diseases and some insects that helps us to control insects. For example, it's not here in the front, and I don't have picture of it, but I will mention it. I forgot to get the picture about that. One of those crops is not here. So with the picture you've seen here, we have basils. Some people must have heard about basil, basilico in Italian. And then the two crops, the two plants we have here, the three of them, the three vessels here, we have a lemon. And lemon is very, very good as well. And used for disinfectant. We use it for our alkaline. We add it in water and drink it. So even with the condition we are in here, is very, very helpful for this COVID control. You drink it, always drink lemon with water, mix with water, it turns to lemonade or something like that. And it's very, very good with clearing your throat and disinfecting your body, even your hands as well. It is important lemon. So I have the tree plant pot of lemon in that. And all this can be grown in Africa as well, in different land.
yes.
There's one herb I would like to. I don't have the picture. I forgot to send it to you. It's called lavender. Lavender is a very good crop plant herb that we put. You don't eat it anyway, but you just put it for protection. Protects for a lot of things, negativity, and as well, lavender helps to repel mosquito. So since we have problems with mosquito attack and all, if you have plants of lavender in your house, it can repel mosquito. It repels mosquito
So
naturally.
so lavender,
So
the lavender
lavender, yeah,
plant
lavender.
can actually do a better job than the mosquito net. Yeah,
Exactly,
it has a very fine perfume
exactly.
because here we use the the detergent for cleaning of the house.
Yeah, yeah,
Fortunately, I don't think we have lavender in Biafra land.
yeah. But we can grow it. We can grow it easily. It's a good plant, herb or plant that can adapt in almost all the way down.
So
I can,
there are lots of plants we can actually take back home, plant
yeah,
them. It can help to control mosquitoes,
mosquito,
flies,
definitely.
and
And
yes,
flies, and yes,
that's beautiful. So, Mazis Innocent. Now, because I don't want us to take much of the time today, we'll be coming back as usual. I told you are going to be our guest for a very long time here. And we see your compound. This is your compound. And in
Yeah.
front of your compound, we see that you have flowers. You have also some vegetable around your your front edge.
Yes.
So how do we see that there is this yellow pipe. What do you use the pipe for?
Oh, that yellow pipe is a pipe I channeled for watering the small piece of land you see there that I'm growing my crops, you know. So it's for watering anyway. And it's lying up there because I didn't put it in order, but I just used it in watering all my plants. So water is important, it's necessary. This period you see them with this picture is a very, very extreme weather, very hot. So you will need to water your plants very well and as required in order to keep the crops or the plants growing. There I have tomato. That was
Okay.
almost the last stage, the last period of the tomato, one of the crops there. I have pepperoni, which is the sweet pepper. I have a kind of pumpkin. And I had courgette, but the season has finished. I just removed it just after um, the, 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 the tomato. Where you have that towards the canopy, what is it? You have the vine, that vine, the one that grape that produces we use for producing wine is climbing. You can see it climbing towards the canopy there, the shade. And then there we have also cucumber. I have also cucumber with it. And down there, there are all those herbs that I'm talking about. I have timo, I have oregano, I have maggiorano in Italian. I'll find the names in English in order to let you know. Though you cannot see it here. Those are herbs that you can use for adding and creating aroma to your food, and they're good for health and for all these situations we have. It helps for healing purpose as well. I'll be coming to that. It's part of the research I'll be doing and composing in order to explain each of these herbs, what they can do, their chemical or their medicinal purpose or advantages, their economic advantages, and how you can use it to heal yourself. It is one of the projects that I'm going to start working after introducing all the things I'm doing and um, processing issues as well. After that is the next level I will be doing to get most of these crops in order to let people be aware of what they can grow and they can choose what they need and what important the plant is, how you can grow them and how you can harvest them. These are the projects I'm having at the moment in order to help people to help move on with this discussion with
Thank you. Thank you very much.
this.
Thank you. Now we want to go into the area of your food production.
Yeah.
We've seen you produce food. Let me start with what you have here.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell us what you have here?
Okay, what I have here before explaining that is the uh, a product it's called tortellini in Italian. You know, tortellini. What is it, tortellini? It is simply um, 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 flour, mixed flour with eggs. You know, at a required ratio between eggs and flour. Then you will process it with a machine, which we need to go before later. Okay, discuss later, and then shipping it to with inside it. You will cut it. I will show you how I send you the video of how it is processed. Cutting it, have a square shape four square shape, like one.
Okay.
Inside it, you will feed in a kind of meat stuff. You can have, it depends on what you want. You can have this. It's in form of a ring. It comes like a circle. That is the product. That is what we have. And to eat this, you can easily boil meat, just meat. We call it broad, meat broad in Italian. Okay. And then when the meat is boiled with cheese, when the meat is boiled, you put this inside to cook it more. Though the meat we've used is already cooked, it's all processed with cheese. Everything is another thing I have to explain when they need the research. I've never did want to, and it's a secret. It's me and my wife's. I'm not taking the whole credit. I did this with my wife, and she's so fantastic. So I produce, and she get a menu. She got her menu, mix all the stuff in, and then we walk it through to get this end result. Okay. So have this, how many trays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be about 5 trays. And these 5 trays, to realize this, is just about 600 grams of flour. And 600 grams of flour, 800 grams of flour should come with 1 egg. Mixing it together, that will give you 600 grams with 6 eggs. 6 eggs. And you produce all this.
So
And this,
with 600 grams of flour and 6
yeah,
eggs,
and
you
6
can
eggs put
produce this
together.
much. You can produce this
Exactly.
much of a meal that you can actually eat up to 6, 7, or 8 times based on.
Exactly. Yeah. I me and my wife, and we still give to my relatives to have for relatives, friends, date, but we eat this can sustain us even for another 6 months if we're eating it off. But this is kind of exotic food that you don't eat always. You eat it as other things. But it's good to have it stored. As it is now, if you store it in a fridge, in a freezer, if you bag it and store it in a freezer, it can stay for another 6 months. So you see, for me to produce this in 6 months, then I must have consumed all this, its expiry time, and produce a food. So you see how it is
Yes.
work.
So, Mazi Solomon, sorry, Mazi Innocent, sorry, I
Yeah,
have become
yeah, I
used to.
understand. Yeah, used
Yeah,
to that.
yeah. So now we are trying to equip our people with the
Yeah,
knowledge they need, because we've seen people talk about food shortage and lack of food and stuff like that.
yeah,
Now we can actually process our own food, get the materials from our environment, and make food available for us without
definitely,
even.
definitely. Now listen, what is inside it with those triangle ID which you showed before? What is inside it is meat. Meat, minced meat. One is for processing the meat, grinding it, okay, mixing it with cheese, and then having a result suitable for you to use to produce this inside, okay. This, if you go to any delicacy, a kilo of this is about 30, 35, 30 euro. A kilo, just a kilo. Do you understand what I mean? Do you understand exactly what I mean?
Yes,
Here in Italy, and it's not a food you eat anyhow. It's a food all this melodia, if you supply to a very good restaurant, they know where to eat and eat this as done in the house. If you want to eat a very cheap one, you just go and buy the supermarket, the industrial production you have and all those stuff. But you still can't get what is inside and how it's produced. And how it's produced, you don't know. So it's not something comparable. So with this, this is the meat aspect of it. There's another one I sent to you. You do it with pumpkin. Okay, so I buy meat. Meat is agricultural product. You see what I'm telling you. If we get meat, we have cheese. Cheese is agricultural product. It's how you process all these things combined together that is important as well. So it's not just producing and producing. You know, we produce agriculturally and still think about how can we preserve our food. For example, Professor had the maize. Maize, you can have flour from maize, you can have from wheat, okay? Then, if it is not all consumed, you do not sell it, or people might prefer to have it in flour, then you need to process that meat, that maize to have flour in order for a different kind of processing food products. Okay, with the flour, you can arrive to this. If you want to eat the corn raw, it is up to you. If you want to use it to feed animals, it is up to you. But my point here is that we cannot all be producing the first material like agricultural crops like maize or whatever, just direct. We need to process the food we are producing because if we produce and eating it raw, there are other things we will need to add in order to balance our diet to get the things our body needs. And not only that, if we cannot consume it or you buy it, you did not consume it, even if you spend money or you did not produce it, you are going to waste it. And for you to avoid wasting it, you need to process it. You need to change it to a different part. And changing it to a different part, you need to as well maintain its characteristics and its content. For example, if you boil it and cook it anyhow, it can lose all its quality. So that is why processing is very important and food technology is very important. And that is where I'm coming from in these aspects. So it's not just producing maize or wheat or producing pumpkin. If we have it, how can we change it in order to store it, in order to let it last long, to let us preserve it in case we cannot consume it immediately. And if we don't consume it immediately, we will have them wasted. Do you understand? And even if we can consume it, we might want to consume it in a different way. We might like to consume it and use it to produce something that will help us to add with other things that we will need to give us a particular taste and the eating habit we will prefer it, or the diet we prefer it with. So we use it to combine with other food. For example, we are going on yam. Our people back home, they eat yam, fufu, and fufu, and fufu. But there are other things you can do with yam. We don't normally create or find a way to process yam. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So we should be able to think how we can not only eating fufu, we can eat fufu when the time comes. Another time we can use that yam, maybe we try to convert it to chips, like potato. Then we have yam chips, process it, and then use it with stew or with a different way to eat, just to have changes. And it's when you have changes like that, your body will be taking something different and balancing your taste. And people enjoy what they're eating. So that is what food processing is all about. Preservation and storage. So it is very important. Only if you have to get the machines and the equipment, They are all primary investment. But at the end of the day, it is worth it. You will be happy with it. You'll be satisfied. That is where I'm coming
Thank you very much, Mazi Innocent Nani. We've seen your work, we've seen what you do, and it's quite interesting because we are also supposed to have Engineer Fred Richard, who is supposed to be taking us on power generation. But unfortunately, he hasn't come, and we hope to see him, or most probably in the nearest future. You have a solar panel system
from.
that
Yeah,
that also produces light at
yeah,
night. So I know that with solar panel system, there is a lot one can do. There is a lot one can do with, So I wanted engineer Fred Richard to come to discuss the solar power system, but I know he'll be joining us in the nearest future. Mazi Solomon, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Master Pat. Good morning from my end. And Engineer Innocent, thank you for coming into the program. We have been following your lectures since
yeah,
the program started. Thank you very much for the lectures you have given to us. We are proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Master Pat, and also I bring greeting to all the viewers who have been here following the programs. I believe we have learned a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this very program. To add to what we have heard from Engineer Innocent and Mazi Pat in this very program, I just have to comment based on what lectures we have received. Now, it's very, very important in the aspect of food processing. Now, in food processing, why is important is because remember preservation is very, very important. The reason why most of our farmers lose money is because they lack preservation of the food. They lack the food processing. So everything they get from the farm, they will try to sell it raw. So that because the way of keeping it for long or keeping it, preserving it is not there. So I believe that is what I personally have learned from what Engineer Innocent was trying to make us to understand. And also in food processing is a whole market of its own. If we watched what happened in Egypt during Joseph and the Pharaoh, it was on the food processing through the means and the mechanism of food processing that the nation was preserved during the famine. So every most of the seasonal crops, you discover that during the harvesting of the seasonal crops, you can just harvest them and they will be consumed raw. And after that very time, you discover that it will be hard and difficult to access those crops again. So, but if they go through processing and they are preserved, they can be consumed in every season, throughout the season. And what they stand to give to our body, we will not have shortage of it during the season uh, when they are not being harvested raw. So that is why food processing is very, very important and is whole market of its own. A whole market is a different market to compare to a raw food. Is a different market, and we need to make every effort to make sure that the culture of that food preservation and food process is installed, because we through the food processes have markets. We can create market outside our communities and outside our nation. So we can equally supply foodstuffs through food processing to other nations, to other countries, to other people who are not member of our communities. So it's a very good market of which we are going to create the culture of it, so that we, through that very means of food preservation, make profit and also create wealth in our community. It's very, very important. So these are the points that I wanted to make. And thank you very much, Mazi Pat and Mazi Innocent, for this very program and for the educations that you guys have brought on our way this very morning. I so much appreciate. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. Thank you for coming in. We expected that Engineer Richard would have joined us today to talk about
Yeah.
energy generation.
Yes, exactly. Engineer Richard, he is on holiday with his family. He's on holiday with his family. So, and you know what holiday takes? But they have just returned recently, but they are still getting themselves together as people who have just traveled to refresh themselves. So, I tried to reach out to him when this program started, and his network is not connecting. So I believe something might have come up, because last time we spoke, he promised to be here today because he has more things to tell our people and to educate our people. But we don't know the circumstances that has made it impossible for him to appear in this program. And I believe also in the upcoming days he will also be here with us, because also he has a lot of things to tell us on a way forward, and how to create this wealth that we are looking for in our villages and community. Thanks so much,
Thank,
Mazipat.
thank you
Let's
very
listen
much.
to it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Engineer Innocent, there is this solar system. This is a solar panel that you have that you use at night.
Yeah.
And how does it function?
How does it function? This is night when it's on, and it's only on just for change saving the power itself, saving energy. It's on in the gate of my house. If you go to the first image of the solar panel when it's not live, I will explain to you how it functions, how it is. It is constructed, and so we can have an idea of how we can do something like that back home where there's no electricity. Can you send me? Can you get me another image? I'm not the other first image of the solar panel, please, if you have it. Hello, Patrick.
Yes, I will get it
Hello.
ready.
Do you have the
I
other?
think it's the same image that I have, but I'm trying to see if I can get another image ready.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and explain to us how it functions. This is the
Okay.
image that I have, and unfortunately, there is another image, but no, this is the image that I have right now,
Mhm.
and that is what I have on the screen. But I think you can still go ahead to explain to us how
Okay.
it
How does it
functions.
work? That is its functioning mode, the illumination of the light. Before it illuminates, you need to pass and it will take a signal. You know, when it receives a signal, it will tell you that something moving, and then it will switch on. It's like it's on and off. When after a few 3 or 4 minutes, it will be off itself. But how does it function? It functions in the sense that if it's not during the day, it will absorb the energy from the sun. And that energy from the sun, the heat, the energy, it will store it. After storing it, then it will be able to function at night. So Like it converts the energy, it converts energy from the sun, or the solar energy from the sun, take the energy from the sun, store it, and then convert it into light energy, and it will illuminate during the night when somebody passes. And it's programmed in the sense that you don't need to waste that energy or having it on unnecessarily. So it was designed in a way that it takes signal that something is moving or something approaching or a car in the gate. That's why, taking for instance, in that particular one, which I put on in my gates, in order to show me what is going on, who is passing, who is entering. When somebody or a car is passing the gate, it will light up, and it only function at night when it accumulates all the energy it needs in order to work. That is how it functions. If we check, the why I was trying to get the other image, which you don't have, is to show you the panel, how it's constructed and how it can work on. Or in Biafra, I listened to the discussion, Richard, the other time about energy, and we know that it is very, very difficult, and the kind of epileptic condition of energy back home. As a cool condition after working hard to relax yourself. And if you don't relax yourself, the work will be on you. So if you don't have power, you don't have light, you finish working, you still in darkness. It doesn't feel good on you. It will even wear you down, you know. So I start thinking of alternatives. So this system occurs into me when you people were discussing, oh, we can use alternative energy. At least it's not that it doesn't generate current or anything or power, you know, but at least if you don't have electricity or what to give you that light, that can serve. To buy a panel like that, put it inside your house, and you can, during the night when it's dark, or whenever it's dark, it will illuminate, and you'll be able to see what you're doing, you know, just for your house. So it's something like that that just occurred to me. Another thing that is happening is that you can have battery accumulator that has all these USB ports, you know, USB plugs, which that on top of that battery, you will have the same panel like what that light has, its own panel. During the day, if you put it outside, it can absorb all the solar energy. And during the night, you plug it, store the energy. When you plug into that battery, for example, your cell phone, you can charge your cell phone, you can charge you can plug in a bulb to illuminate, and you have your light as well. And in this case, you don't need a generator if you know you require light, or if you know you require to charge your mobile phone, or something that doesn't use much power, some hours a day or whatever. It is important. And it is something that occurs to me that people can start looking for something like that instead of having generator and making noise and creating noise all the time, which is not, it's still not good for with our body as well. Even hearing when we talk, we keep shouting because we shout to let people know. When we are talking, we don't even know that we're exaggerating the way we are talking. So these are the things that are coming up, and this idea that people should start looking for instruments like that in order to start having lights, charging up their mobile, and not putting on their generator unnecessarily. What will be the problem is that we know not from secondary or university that energy can be transformed. So if we can have this simple solution, back home they can start looking for it, install it, and be having light. And that will reduce the noise effect that we have back home. Everywhere here and there is generator. And when you are talking, you don't know that you are talking to somebody and you're already shouting, which is not good. This is another idea that I'm bringing up. People should know something like that there's something like this that is existing. And the wrong customers, like for example, that one that is on my bed that I installed, 25 euro, and then is there charging the lights and things. If you check it, if you buy a bulb, which is about 3 euro, you keep burning and all the stuff and changing it. By the time you change 2 or 3 times, it has already covered the amount. That's the economic importance of it. The amount you just bought that one and display, and the solar energy is prevented. So you're saving money from there. So that is just the idea. And had it been Richard is around, we can put and ask him some things, that will reflect on how we can generate power, apart from having this low consumption current, or energy. We can have solution for that. But when we need to run something like engine, like machines, and in our house in order to process, that is where the problem is. And how can they there generate the power? How can power be transformed? How can we use this solar energy or anything, battery or accumulator, to channel energy and store it in order to have enough current that will be able to power engines in order to do something with heavy duty or in a heavy duty engine.
Thank you very
That
much.
is where the problem is.
Thank you very much, Engineer Innocent. We really appreciate your insight, and I know that in a very short period of time, in the nearest future, in the coming days, Engineer Fred Richard will be joining us to talk about beautiful solutions to the challenges that we have in Biafra land and the entire eastern region as a whole. And because that is the reason for this program, to be able to empower people with the knowledge they need, and also to activate their mind towards thinking solution rather than because at this point in time we have to start working towards a path that can give us the freedom we are seeking, and that part is our ability to provide enough food for ourselves. And production of food requires energy generation, like you've said, and we have to look into all these areas. We cannot wait for Biafra to come before we for us to get our freedom before we go into the minor things that we need to survive on the immediate. So Engineer Innocent, I want to say thank you. You've shown us your food production. You've shown us things that you can do, and we'll be coming back next time again, featuring you on other subjects, so that our people will be able to understand that nothing is impossible. All you need to do is fix your mind on it, and you'll be able to get a result. Yesterday we talked with Professor Chinedu Abodike, who also talked about how agriculture can be of great benefit to our people, create job, create opportunities, and provide enough food. Because when you go to the eastern region today, the cost of food, cost of living is so high. Why? Because there is not enough production. And we are encouraging Biafrans to invest in the areas of equipment, agricultural equipment, so that we can move to mechanized agriculture. And with just little effort, we can produce abundant food and cut down the price of food. The majority of the food that are coming from the north, we don't need food coming from the north, because we have the soil to produce everything that the north is supplying us, and we can do it organically. We can do it to the standard we want, ranging from the onions. These are basics that you need to have around your house. You don't need to go far to have them. There are some basic vegetables you can walk to your garden, you pick them and you use them on the immediate, not even heading to the farm. Heading to the farm or going to the market. I remember when I started my life as a very young boy at the age of 18 or thereabout, 17 and a half or thereabout. I lived in an area where you have a lot of uncompleted building, and we have a lot of people farm here and there, and sometimes we walk into people's farm, which was completely wrong, to get okra and things like that. So if you have the possibility to grow all those things around your house, why should you now wait, or you going trekking miles to the farm to grow some of these vegetables that you understand what I'm saying, Mazi?
Yeah.
So we understand that there are some animals that move around like goats and things like that, but there is a way we barricade a specific section of the back section of the house, give them the right protection. You can use bamboo tree. I remember when we used to use bamboo to demarcate some part that the goat cannot have access to, and you can use that place, create your manure in that part of the compound, and grow your immediate food that you might need. Simple vegetable, pepper, carrot, onions. These are food that you can lay your hands on. Go into the kitchen, prepare a meal for your friends and family. So, Mazi, we need to return the culture of we having available food at our disposal in our gardens. Then we can now talk about making food available in that massive production by venturing into mechanical agriculture and also animal husbandry and a lot of food production units. So before we round up, I want you to tell Biafrans the need, and also Mazi Solomon will be joining us. Before I let you in to give us your last word, I want to bring in Mazi Solomon to give us some insight to the things I have just said. Hello, Mazi Solomon.
Uh, Thank you so much, Mazipat. On this note, what I want to bring in, because I know the program is coming to an end, is this. I always say this is the philosophy that my father left me with, and the philosophy is all about no matter what comes in, if you always spend, you will always be poor. It's very, very important that we understand that the how to become wealthy how to become wealthy is based on a principle, and if you don't act on the principle of becoming wealthy or creating wealth, you can never have it. I give an instance here about Jacob and Esau, his brother. Jacob creates wealth around the house, around the family, that he can be able to provide himself at any point in time when he feels hungry. Because that is nature. Our people need to understand the power of recycling. If you are not recycling, definitely you are living a wasted life. A wasted life, because everything you will waste it. But if you are recycling, you will always live in abundance. And that is what the philosophy of my father that says, no matter what comes in, if you always spend, you will always be poor. So you must learn how to recycle in order to retain wealth in the community, retain wealth in the village. And what is the recycling I'm talking about? Now is what we give to the nature that nature give back to us. Because now we are we are given the power to look after nature, so that nature will look after us, because we are the original nature. So if we give birth to a good nature, then the good nature will give birth to now looks after us. That's why farming is very important. Farming is a way of recycling, that everything in you, even including this your body. When this your body is being buried on the ground, it generates nothing but manure to grow grass, to grow things. That is it. So there is nothing even that comes out of this your body that is not profitable. Everything that comes out from your body is profitable to nature, and nature is profitable to us, because it's through the nature, the herbs we grow, the farm we farm, that we're able to refresh ourselves and they keep moving. So life is in recycling. So we cannot afford to lose that culture of recycling. And that is the only way we can put our mind to create wealth. You must be recycling. You shouldn't be a waster, because a waster will always go far to look to hunt for what to eat. But a recycler will always look behind his window, look behind his house, look behind his compound, and provide something for the family, and provide something for the family and the community. This is how wealth, and this is how wealth stay with community and stay with the family. Farming culture is very important. Food processing is very important. Cottage industries around us to be able to expand most of those things that nature has given to our community, to our people, is very, very important. We must look after nature so that nature will look after us. Very, very important. The wealthiest man is the healthiest man. We must return back to this very culture wherever you are. It is time for us to return back our workforce back into the land. That now that we have a company that is standing up it to mediate between those of us who are abroad and the land which the land which our ancestors accumulated for us, the land they have secured for us, we must bring back our workforce into that land, cultivate it, and multiply whatever things that we can be able to get out of the land. Very, very important. And that is the culture we are trying to create through this very program. I hope you will join us often in these very programs as to get this thing done, because they are very, very important. We need to connect back to the land, because Abala Kanazana, Onye Jiji Anako. Thank you so much, Mazi Pat. I think this is my last word in this very program. I too much appreciate you, Engineer Innocent, for coming into this program. And Mazi Pat, thank you so much for your effort in bringing up this program at this very moment when we needed it most. Until I come your way again, my name remains Solomon Peter. Good morning. Bye.
Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. Thank you very much. It's our pleasure to have you. You have been so much insightful in this program, and as usual, we've seen a lot of Biafrans indicate interest. A lot of our people are indicating interest. They want to participate. They want to give back to the community. They want to invest in agriculture. But we are encouraging Biafrans that the era we are now is an era of mechanized agriculture, and you have the opportunity to invest in agricultural equipment. And we are working on that to make it available so that our people can put their money where their mouth is, like I used to say. So, Mazi Innocent, Engineer Innocent Nani, can you please talk to Biafrans as we round up this program and tell them your expectation, how you want things to improve drastically in Biafra land in the shortest possible time?
Okay, my expectation is that after all this sharing all this experience to you, my fellow Biafrans, that we should try to change the way we approach agriculture back, improve more. We can do more. We have the way that we have the nature suitable for agriculture in India. We don't have any disease. Our land is so fertile. We should grab that opportunity. If we get it right, I'm telling you, in agriculture, we will be able to even feed the whole world. start feeding the world with agriculture. We want to be with what we produce. We are so fortunate and lucky to have where we are, to have our land here. We should not take it for granted. We are so blessed. So though we cannot all be in the field of production, going to a lot of things we can grow practically everything in Biafra land. Most of the fruits, apple, orange, mango, which you already know, even lemon, avocado, herbs, medicinal crops, plants. We won't even be needing, medicine is disappointing us these days, nowadays. So with agriculture, you can primarily cure yourself from diseases. If you're a farmer and you know what it takes, a farmer, you enter and interact with your crops, just the scent, communicating, breathing via naturally in you health. It's improving your health already, but you will not realize it. There are medicines you are taking indirectly. Even if you are doing it in your house, it's still the same thing. It gives you the oxygen, breathing the oxygen they're giving you. And again, take it. Culture cannot be ignored. And if we can be doing this agriculture in any scale, focus on it and do other things, we can have a lot of advantages, savings, without even knowing it. We should have that mindset not to be throwing things away. For example, my last presentation, you eat a banana, you throw the back away. You are throwing gold. Take it, put it in a bag, no matter where you are. When you reach house, in a bin, in your dumping place, where you are doing your organic manure. In future, in few months, that banana you've thrown away, put it back in the soil with the compost bring to you. You are regenerating, you are improving your piece of land for production without applying any other thinking of what to do to fertilize your soil. Try to start creating compost. You can even live on compost, selling compost. We should start thinking of creating machines. Machines are not just created just like that. If you go to farm, the movement you make, how you use it, is what enables you to create a machine. It's just because our engineers and the country has never taken it serious or has proven their inefficiency and incapable of thinking of a way of developing. They don't know anything about development and utilizing agricultural opportunity. That is why up to today we are using and suffering ourselves for nothing. You go to cultivate, 3 years, you become an old man. It's a waste of time and resources and human strength or human resources, I should call it. So we should change the way. The world is getting a lot, is having difficulty in feeding now. They are trying to reverse back into applying organic. But our land is fertile. The land is unfertile, so they are reversing back. Can we use the opportunity now? So let us not throw the opportunity. This is the opportunity for us to advance because our land is still fertile. They still need to nourish their land before they come into it. So that's all I have to do. We need to eat, we need to work and feed. First, you start to satisfy your family. And then from there, you don't give up, you expand. That's all I can say to encourage my people, our Biafran, but for them to have hope that we are around, we'll get it right. We're all hoping for Biafra to come. We'll get it right.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Engineer Innocent. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for giving us your time, and it's my pleasure. And I know that there are a lot of people. Jesse Danny said you are doing a great job. Good evening, Biafrans. We have few comments, and we appreciate those who commented and also those who didn't, who watched us. And Engineer Innocent is our guest. We want to say thank you for coming. Biafrans and people, everybody around the world, we want to say thank you. Okuchukwu Chinedu from Paris, thank you for commenting. I want to say thank you, everybody, for being part of this program. It's been a wonderful program, very short and brief. And I believe that the mind of our people will be activated. Always join this program. As you join, you also share and invite your friend so that they can be part of this program. As we'll be rounding it up right now, I hope that you must have learned one or two wisdom from today's program, and I hope that we'll be coming your way very soon. And in the next coming days, we'll be back here. Follow our update. We have our website running, Black and White Web TV, while the Oriental Origin, the agricultural company that will be available for your investment, is on process. We are working on the website to come up with the packages and present them to Biafrans and people of the Eastern region who are living in diaspora, especially, to participate in agriculture through their direct investment. You don't necessarily have to be on the ground to invest or own a farm. You can own a farm and you can monitor your farm virtually through application on your phone. So these are the things we are working towards, and I believe that by the time we are done, we'll be changing the face of farming in this generation. And I believe that Biafrans will embrace this new revolution, agricultural revolution, so that we'll be able to make food available for our people. Like I said earlier on, we are talking about investing in agricultural equipment, and we are inviting Biafrans to invest in that direction. We are creating a cooperative. So if you want to be part of it, you can contact us on Black and White Web TV. You can drop your message on our inbox, and we also have the telephone number where you can actually reach us, 0039 816-2312. You can actually reach us there for further information. I want to say thank you. My name is Mazi Patrick DK, and until I come your way some other time, I want to say God bless you. Have a wonderful evening, and take care of yourselves. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect each and every one of us as we walk towards 2021 and fight for the freedom of the people of Biafra. And I also want to use the opportunity to tell you to also support the Eastern Security Network, which is, what we have right now, doing a great job. Your support is needed. Support the Eastern Security Network, because as we are talking about going into agriculture, we also need the Eastern Security Network to provide us with the services of securing us in the farm. So we have to put investment on our Eastern Security Network, make our contribution to sustain them. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you once again. Have a wonderful evening. And until I see you next time, remain blessed.